So we have a story at the beginning of our English chapter. This is the picture. So it's a little boy and he's speaking with his hands, and we know a little bit about that. We've been studying some sign language in our class for fun, and I know you know it from kindergarten. So we're going to read about this little boy, but the main character is actually a girl named Shelley. So I just want you to notice some things about her when I read the story that later you might have to write down in a story web. So in a character web. So Shelley, just wondering if you can picture what she looks like, what she says or thinks. What kind of things does she say or thinks? What she actually does, and what others think about her. So just have that in mind as I read the story. Make that assignment a little easier later down the road. Okay, this is an excerpt from The Spelling Window by Dawn Watkins, and it's from Once Upon an Open Book, BJU Press. It wasn't until we got on the bus with the other kids and mothers that I knew that Seth was going too. I looked around Mama at Kathy, but she was already talking on her fingers just as nice as anything. She pointed her first two fingers sideways and then flipped up her little finger straight up. Seth and his mother sat in the seat behind Kathy. He leaned back in his seat and he grinned at me. The bus started and I looked out the window. Seth is okay for a window friend, but he makes strange faces when he talks out loud. He sounds like he says Arlo when he's saying hello to you. Here's how to spell Harrisburg, said Kathy. H-A-R-R-I-S-B-U-R-G. Oop, G, sorry, said Kathy. She put her hand up by mine. I watched her and then turned back to the window. Sometimes when we passed a building, I could see my reflection beside me. The Capitol was even better than the pictures in Kathy's encyclopedia. It was all white and shiny by the river. It had a dome with copper on the outside. Inside the dome was made of glass. Everywhere you looked, there was some fine thing. The paintings on the walls were bigger than our bus was, I think, and they all had gold frames so wide and deep that they looked like you could sit in them. Some of the other boys tried to guess how high the dome was. Seth talked very loud. It sounded like when you try to talk underwater. The guide had to wait for him to stop so we could hear. I said to Kathy, "Why did Mrs. Abbott bring Seth?" Kathy said, "I guess he wanted to see the Capitol." So that's the end of that little excerpt from the story.